Hello and welcome to module number 10, where we are going to be talking about sorting and filtering of data. So when we are talking about sorting, we are arranging the data either in ascending order or descending order or alphabetical order on particular columns. So sorting is also a way of grouping. In other words, if we sort, for example, according to the branch, like in this case, you can see that we first have only head office, then next we have Rundu, then next we have got Ngwerume. So these items are grouped, but they are not sorted because they are not in alphabetical order. If they were sorted, the O would come before the R. So when we sort them either ascending or descending, it will first give us head office, then it gives us Ngwerume, then it gives us Rundu. So when we are sorting, we can sort by one or more columns. So meaning that if we choose to first sort by the head, by the branch, it will first put all the head office together. Then we choose another column to sort against. Then we say after branch, then sort by department. So when we now go into head office, it will now sort the departments alphabetically. So meaning that it can now start with maybe admin, then it goes to finance, then it goes to HR, then it goes to technical. So in that way, all the finances will be together, all the admin together, all the technical together, and so forth. So once you do that, you can still have another column that you sort by. And you say, let's sort maybe by the job title. Then it groups within the department. It now groups the job title. So this is like a hierarchical sorting, meaning that the one that you start with first gets preeminence. You put those people in a group of head office. Then within that group of head office, you now sort by department. Now you are separating people into their departments. Within that department, you can then separate them again according to their job title. So you have to think from the top downwards to say what is the most important category that we need to sort by. So for us to be able to sort, we need to highlight all the data, right? All the data. If you leave out any, that data is going to be lost. In other words, it's going to be disjointed. I prefer using my keyboard when the spreadsheet is very wide. So I just put my cursor on the first, right? So I'm not highlighting the column heading because I don't want the column heading to be shuffled. It needs to remain there. So you only highlight from the data itself. So you need to make sure that you are on the extreme left hand side in A. People make the mistake of starting in the middle. They forget that they moved away from the left. Now they are on F, so they'll just start highlighting here. Then all their data is messed up. So you need to make sure that you are on the extreme left. So I put my cursor there, then I hold my shift key down. I will not leave it until I'm done. Then I press my right arrow key once at a time until I get to the end of my information. So you can see that we have not yet put anything on the years employed and the close to retirement, right? So we don't necessarily need to highlight them, but in case there's one record somewhere down there which has got that information, you simply highlight until you get to the bottom. Once we see that there is nothing, we can then remove it. by simply clicking my left button, left arrow, until I get there. So now I've highlighted only the cells which have got data from the top to the bottom. So we are working with data. We want to sort data, meaning that we go on the data menu on top. So you select the data menu, and then there are three different options for sorting here. You have got the A to Z, the Z to A. So this A to Z and Z to A, you only use it if you want to sort by one column only. So in other words, if you just want to sort alphabetically by full name or by last name or by column, by department, you use A to Z or Z to A. But if you want to use a combination of fields for sorting, you use this option, which is showing you two columns. So you click on it, then it says sort by, then sort on, and then the sort order. So I click here. Let's sort by first the branch. So I select branch, and then sort on the value, right? Sort on the value, not the cell color, not the font color, but the value. And then sort order A to Z, in other words, ascending order. So we want another sorting level, so we click here where it says add level. So in other words, we want to add another sorting. Once we have grouped them by branch, we want to group them again by the department. So I click on department, then I leave it as well on to sort on value and alphabetically A to Z. I add another level. This time I want to sort by job title. So you can literally sort by anything. You can sort by gender, you can sort by the title. So it depends on what makes sense. So to me at the moment, what is making sense is to group according to the branch, then the department, then the job title. So I will say OK for now. So now when you come here, you'll see that head office, right, is now having the departments sorted alphabetically. So within head office, you start with finance, then you go to HR, then you go to technical, then you go to Ngwerume, finance, HR, technical, then you go to Rundu, finance, HR, technical. But we also sorted by the job title. So within finance, it will start at accountant, then HR, then lecturer. Then you go to the HR department, it's only having lecturer. The technical department is only having accountant, which doesn't make sense because we were just copying the job titles without necessarily thinking if they really belong in that department or not. But at least you can see the concept of sorting by more than one column, that it is going to group your items firstly according to the branch, because it was the first one. Then within the branch, it now groups them according to the department, and within the department, it groups them according to the job title. So that is sorting. Then the next concept is the one for filtering. those of you who have ever worked in a kitchen, you will know what a filter is, or maybe in a science laboratory you have used a filter, which is a piece of paper. You pour in some substance at the top, the water comes out at the bottom, and you have got a residue on top that is left in the container. So that is filtering. So when you are filtering data, you are saying, I only want to allow certain data to be seen. So the filter is next to the sorting. So when you click on filter, you see that each heading now has a drop down arrow on it. Right. So I'm going to start a filter, say on the gender. Let's go to the gender field. If you click on gender field, you can see that they select all, then there's female and male. So I'm going to click where it says select all, so that I remove the selection, and then I only select female and click OK. So you can see that now I can only see females. There is no more male appearing. Now next we want to say I want to see all the accountants who are female. So I already have the females remaining. Now I go to the job title and I click on the job title, and then I clear the rest and only select accountant. So we now remain only with females who are accountants, right? Females who are accountants. I can go further and say I want to see the females who are accountants but at Rundu branch. So I come to filter on the branch and remove selection on all and select Rundu only. So now I remain with accountants who are at Rundu, who are female. So this is how you can find particular data. So there are certain times when you know the information that I want has got a certain value on it, or I only want records or people that are earning a certain amount of money. So you can actually filter on the salary field and you pick only that figure, whether it's 5,000 or 10,000. So when we are filtering, we are not deleting the other information. It is still there, but it is just hidden. So I can show it by going on the department and then okay, we didn't sort on the department, we didn't filter on the department. Let's go on the job title and remove or even add another job title. So now we've got accountant and lecturer. So now we've got females at Rundu who are accountants and lecturers. Then we can say, okay, let's add Ngwerume branch to this search. So now we have got females in Ngwerume or Rundu who are either accountants or lecturers, you see. So the data is still there somewhere behind, but it is hidden because you have filtered it out. So you simply remove that filter by clicking here and then come here where it says select all, and then it is going to bring back all the data that you had to begin with. So that is your filter. Let me just come here on salary and remove the whole selection and only pick 6,000. So now I've got only the people that are earning 6,000. So this is a very useful tool, especially where you've got a lot of data and you do not want to be scrolling through searching for certain information. You simply go to a particular field and put in a criteria on the filter on that field. Then you are able to pinpoint exactly the information that you would like to see. Alright, so that is all we can do on this sorting and filtering. Remember, whatever we have done together here, I need you to do the same on your own worksheet. So when you submit your worksheet, I need to see at least that there is a filter on top there. I need to see that there's been some sorting on the data, right? In other words, there has to be a grouping on the head of on the branch rather, then on the department, on the job title, etc. So just take your time, pause, rewind, and make sure that you get every single step that we went through. So I will see you in the next session. We are now going to move to the reports worksheet. So before we move to the reports worksheet, I'll probably take you through one more function to calculate the number of years the person has been employed, and we also talked about whether the person is close to retirement or not. So we need to work on these two fields as well. So we'll do that when we come back in the next module, where we're going to be talking about collating or combining the data from different worksheets. So that's going to be under the reports worksheet. So we'll see you then.